good to hear. Let's hope your execution matches your enthusiasm. I've got a job for you if you're looking to keep busy. Here are the details.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk to our citizens and members of the community. Today is February 9th, and I'm your host, what's my name again? Oh yeah, fastcart FC, that's me. the comedic genius, fastcart FC. I should change my name for that again. It's been a while since I changed my name. How's everybody doing in chat? I see Pot and Face, CC Creator, and IO Spartan. Hey, oh, Fast Call, no, we already did that one. I'm trying to make people forget that one, but oh well, it keeps coming back. How you doing, Pops? How's everybody doing? So yeah, we're live on Twitch, YouTube. I still haven't checked Facebook. Maybe I'll get around to do that one day. But yeah, today is February 9th. It's warm again. Did y'all enjoy that cold blast we had? Oh man, it was so cold last week that I went ahead and ordered a new space heater. I've lived in Boston for 20 years. I never had a new one until last week, so it should be arriving next week, and hopefully. I already checked. There should not be another winter blast before that. So I hope everybody weathered the weather well. I know it's a bad pun, but hey, I gotta see what you can get sometime. Yeah, I hope you are safe and warm. In other news, oh yeah, I pre-ordered the new Samsung flagship phone, the Ultra, the S23 Ultra. My service provider, Xfinity, is offering $550 off trading for my 4.5-year-old phone instead of $90, which is what it would be normally. So I'll be sad that I'm losing a phone called a Note, but and you know I've been a fan of the Note since the Note 3, so I'm a long-time fan of the Note. But I think I'll be able to live with it if I'm saving $550. So hopefully everyone else is having a similar deal, or just in the Samsung or Android ecosystem. Great time to upgrade, especially if you're going to get a lot of money off of your trade-in. Let's hope it's not another fiasco like the exploding Note 7. Remember those? Yes, but I'm still watching The Last of Us and Bad Batch. Last week I watched Black Panther and Wakanda Forever back to back. It was a great experience if you spare 5.5 hours to do it. So I do recommend people doing that if you haven't watched them yet. Other than that, I think I'm ready to get the show on the road. We have a lot to get through. So here we go. I'm going to do my thing. And okay, I chose an easy one for this week because people have been complaining about them being too hard. So here we go. Eddie Soldier. Look, I'm sorry about this little show back there, but we thought we could break it to you slowly. You've been asleep, Cap, for almost 70 years. That should be your clue. Alright, sorry. I don't see any guesses yet in Twitch and YouTube, so let me dragging people down. We are joined today by Fistface, Jade, and Cotton Face. Captain America, yeah! Fistface had that one. How y'all doing?
Doing great. All right.
Thanks.
How about you?
Doing all right. Yeah, Captain America. That was Nick Fury. That's my continuing trend of highlighting African Americans in media this month. It's a short month, but hey.
All right.
Yeah, everyone else survived the cold, especially on the East Coast. I don't know if you had it on the West Coast, Jade.
No, it's been nice out. Well, it hasn't been nice, but it's been nicer than what you've been getting in your part of the country.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, how about Fist and Pop? You survived the cold okay?
Yeah, we're here, so.
You got on your fingers and toes?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so if you want to join us, click the link below. I'll put it in chat real quick. But yeah, come on and join us. We got some room. Oh, here we go. There you go. There you go, the link. All right. So first up, we have a bit of good news. So normally we start off with a sneak peek, but I thought this was the more important at the moment. But we'll cover this pretty quickly. But save the date. October 21st in Los Angeles, details coming soon. And that was the tweet that they sent out after Inside, not just Inside, I'm talking about Star Citizen Live last week on Friday. And then they posted a victim post, 2953 Citizen Con, save the date, October 21st, 2023 in Los Angeles, California. Just posted by Zylo, who said, and he posted the other link. We'll get that in a moment. But I'm going to scroll down real quick. Evidently, there was an issue with the link, so we had to post the full URL. But yeah, so 2953, October 21st, and there's a whole 253 days. Can you hardly wait, anyone?
Well, you said this is the first time they've ever posted it quite this early. So I guess, they just want to let people know that they're back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I said it before, but normally they let us know around March at the earliest. This is the first time. Well, I guess Sandy Roberts dropped the news back in December, so but I don't really count that. This is the first official post posted on the Spectrum and the RSI website about Citizen Con so early. But yeah, just as a PSA, try not to get too exuberant about making flight plans or booking, whatever. If you have like a what do you call it? Not legally, but if you have a flexible rate or whatever, probably do something. But other than that, it's Citizen Shenanigans. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. But yes, try not to book too early because you never know what's going to happen. Because they say October 21st, but who knows? I looked on the website. I want to say earlier this week. I didn't see anything at the Los Angeles Convention Center, so they're probably still working out. But if you have the money, go ahead and make plans. But I wouldn't do it just yet. Anyone here make plans for Los Angeles yet?
Well, you just said don't make plans, so
I already got my room.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
I knew one of y'all. I knew one of y'all.
We know who to hook up with. No. Well, you are our planning coordinator, so we go when you go, what you tell us to do. So,
hey, well, I mean, if you want to keep your eye out, or help me out, that's cool too. But yeah, I'm keeping my eye out. I got my eye on this one particular hotel that's close by the Los Angeles Convention Center. DC Creator says he's all set.
He's all set.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to hang out with CC
and Griff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Griff is going on. Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to say it in public, but yeah, he has his own special travel plan.
He got his special thing going.
Oh, where CC lives in all right.
Okay,
we hook up at CC's house.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask first. Okay. CC, put me up.
No. Wait a minute. How you gonna ask first when I said it first? That doesn't make sense.
I'm picking the top bunk bed, so y'all go where y'all need to go.
CC Creator, you should never have said that. You know better, especially with this group. But yeah, 253 days. Jay, this will be your first Citizen Con, right?
No, I will be on the other side of the world. Unfortunately, I'll be in Germany.
Oh, you'll be in Germany.
Yeah,
Thank you
for
for the
work.
description, CT. What in Germany doing CitizenCon?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
Okay.
work-related conference that's
Oh,
going
okay.
on. Yeah, so it's from to the 3rd of November. It's gonna be
All right, so
yeah.
well, you'll be here in spirit, I guess. I'll be there in spirit.
I'm always there in spirit. I'll probably holler at you on the Discord because I don't know. Are you going?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
save
well
up
then
money.
I'll holler at
Yeah.
somebody on Discord then. But yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'll be on Discord because typically, I'm not on social media too much. I'm hanging out with people. And
Yeah,
watching
no, I
stuff,
mean like whoever is present on the Soul Citizens Discord during it, I'll holler at.
All right. So that is 23 days, 11 hours, 46 minutes. I don't know how many seconds. Don't ask me that. But the second post, Curtis had a post called CitizenCon. Oh my God, OMG, sorry. Just had a huge LOL from the front page. He clicked on the link and it said countdown to CitizenCon is on. Only 256 days and 16 minutes to go. So let me scoot back from the edge of my seat. I guess they were pretty excited. They thought it was going to be sooner than that. And Zylo posted a couple of responses. It's important to announce the date early, as many are eager to plan their schedules around attending the event, reservation, etc. We'll have more information very soon, too. So cosplayers and potential community booth applicants, keep an eye out. And later on, he said, we do get this request often. Well, let me read the previous one. It'd be nice if they have it CitizenCon on the East Coast. That's what the Soundcloud said. We do get this request often, and while it's nothing is impossible, we don't currently have plans to do the East Coast CitizenCon. Looking at our previous convention, you'll find that we try to stay close within proximity to one of our studios for a myriad of reasons. And now this doesn't mean we won't attend a bar citizens or two on the East Coast. And Clash of Black said, so what you're saying is you need an East Coast studio. So hey, get on that, CID. Make an East Coast studio.
Well, where's Turbulent located at?
Dublin is
Montreal.
Montreal, Canada.
Okay.
And don't ask me where Montreal is. I'm not good with Canadian geography on anyway. I think that's middle,
It's
right?
the East Coast, east of Canada.
It's east.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So technically, I guess they do have something on the East Coast. It's just that it's in Canada. Doesn't help us, I guess. Well, yeah. So that is news for CitizenCon. I was really excited. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but yeah, I cheered and hollered and looking forward to it. All right. So up next. Go ahead.
Before you move on to the next one, do we need to get tickets through CIG for it?
They normally start selling those around June-ish.
Okay, because I just wanted to make sure. That's what I was going to ask you later on.
Yeah, so make sure you save money for the
Okay.
trip, and make sure you save money for food. I don't know, people, you know how to travel. But the last time in America, in Austin, they had two sets of tickets, one for VIP and one for regular, quote unquote normal ticket. The VIP tickets were, I want to say, $120, and the normal tickets were $80. So that's how they pay for the venue, you know.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'll set aside some money for that.
Okay.
So up next we have our sneak peek. Put this up real quick. And the sneak peek is we are go for launch. So what do people think?
I didn't know I didn't know really what to think. Go for launch? I mean, it's
Yeah,
not like
it doesn't really. I don't think this really matches
taking off.
Yeah, it doesn't really match the picture. I think this time, but unless there's something I'm missing, or we are missing. But that's an asteroid in the
With
middle.
the tracker beam. It's an SRV.
Oh, that's the SRV.
Yep.
And that's okay. So go for. I guess that's from a song.
It's in a lot of songs.
Hmm. As Utah said, he said, I think we are missing something. We are go for long, but yeah. Oh, so any thoughts about the sneak peek?
Well, if the SRV is good to see. It's good to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what I guess the rock is. Yeah, maybe that's what they're launching, but I wouldn't know why. But good
See,
to
this
see
is
it.
Are they about to
confusing though
drop it?
because
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, if
it's,
you watch The Expanse, you know why you want to fling rocks around, right?
yeah, that's true. That's true. BBG said maybe they're about to drop the SRV. I don't know if they. I mean, if they would do that, they would probably do that closer to Invictus Week in May. But you know, we do have a few months between now and then.
Mm.
What do people think? They about to drop the SRV?
Well, I mean, let's see. Well, its use is moving and cargo. Maybe the cargo
possible.
refactors.
Oh yeah, the cargo. Yeah, the cargo part that can fit. Yeah,
I would.
yeah,
I
good
would
call.
think so. I would think so.
That's sure we shall see. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this thing and then go to the next one. The next one is the return of Star Citizen. Well, it was returned. This is the second week of Star Citizen Live, and they were talking about mission features. So they had two parts really. The first part was these fellas. I don't know if anyone had a chance to watch the Star Citizen Live, but they poked fun at one of a popular content creators. I'll say that. Anyone get a chance to watch it?
Oh yeah, I totally saw Salty Mike live. Yeah,
I'll try
it was
not
a good
to
episode.
give a name. Yeah, but I just want to let people know we are not paid by CIG, so we are not in that program. Yeah, I think it's just exclusive to that content creator. Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I saw that little piece with him in there, and yeah, that's all he needs is to really be recognized by CIG. Hey, bigger
Listen,
the
I look at it
ego,
like this:
you
you
know.
don't say the name, they don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do people think about the rest of the Star Citizen Live? I keep on saying the wrong name, but Star Citizen Live.
Yeah, I SC, I've been so busy,
You didn't watch it?
yeah, and
Well,
actually, I intended to watch the whole thing, but I, just so busy, I just I forget.
yeah. Well, right
Yeah.
now I'm. You can read the subtitles for the Nubifier 3 minute and 22-second summary. But you know, I think I like the second part more than the first part. The second part had a father and son team. Let me see if I can fast forward. Oh, he didn't put it in there. There they are, the father and son team. The
Wait, I thought
father
he said it was no
Oh, yeah,
relationship.
that's right. No, yeah.
Was he joking? Or I thought no. I thought it was serious.
No, they're
They
father
are
and son.
related?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, they are
okay.
father
related.
and
Yeah,
son. Yeah,
yeah, they're father and son. So they stole your thing, your theme.
Oh, I don't know
They're
if they
not the only father
stole
and
it.
son team.
I mean,
That leaves out a lot of population.
wow. I mean,
Woo.
I mean,
But
wow.
anyway, so the gentleman on the left had been with them for 10 years. As a matter of fact, he was with Chris Roberts for longer than since before he was with Origin. So they've been together a team for a while, and then the new blood was only been there for a few years. I don't recall exactly. But that's always an interesting conversation, especially at the end when they discuss their favorite moment. One of them talked about meeting Gary Oldman and and working with the Squadron 42 crowd. And I forget what the young guy said. Shoot, I didn't write it down, but yeah, they both had some interesting moments.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Now
that is Star Citizen Live.
I'm curious. Did they say who was hired first, the father or the son?
The father, like I said, the father, the
Father
older
was-
gentleman, yeah, the older gentleman had been with Chris Roberts since before Origin, so that's like
Oh,
over 30, 40 years, 30 years.
okay.
Oh, I thought we were joined by someone, but they must have dropped out. Okay.
Yeah, Rain jumped in for a second. I think she might be coming back.
Let me see if they're coming back. Hello?
Yeah, it did the RTC connecting thing.
Oh, okay. How are you doing?
Good. I didn't
Did you
know
get a chance to... Go ahead.
Oh, did I get a chance to watch ISC? Or
No.
not ISC?
Star Citizen Live, yeah.
Star Citizen Live. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but this is from last week.
Oh. Last week's SCL I didn't get to watch.
Okay, all right. No problem then.
What?
But we got the link. We got the link in chat, so go ahead and check it out. Okay, so after that we have this week in Star Citizen. I'm not gonna cover this too much because basically we go over most of this within the confines of the show. But I do want to say on Friday, joining for Star Citizen Live with the members of the vehicle team will gather for the annual summit in the UK. Tune in at 8 a.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. UTC on their Twitch channel for an exclusive alert. Plus, they dropped the on-site newsletter. But yeah, so 8 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, Star Citizen Live for the vehicle team. So that should be interesting. And we're going to cover the rest of this week Star Citizen as we go along. Starting with February 2023 promotion. Got new armor. In the spirit of last month's Red Festival, 2953 take on Lunar New Year, they're giving you the opportunity to walk in the shoes of an alien, of its alien's originator. The awesome month, the Battle Defender is available to fly for all subscribers. And remember, you can add one to your fleet with enhanced insurance till the end of the month. Now, flare-wise, getting the loved up with the exclusive Coramor themed armor set. Whether you'll be heading to battle or meeting a loved one at Wally, you're covered for anything and the very most romantic day bring. So this is the in-game flare. The RSI Love Struck armor set, that is for Centurion level. And then you have the RSI Starcross armor set, which is for the Imperator. Yeah, that's Imperator level. And then you got the RSI Envy armor set, which is the paid for one. This is not with the either of the tiers. So if you give me a moment, I'll bring up what all three of them look like. Anyone gonna subscribe for the armor flare this month?
I was going to, but somebody gifted me them.
Oh, cool.
But I ended up. I think I'm going to subscribe anyway because I want to show that that I support Coramor. I love these armors. One of the things that's interesting though is I think they made a mistake with the ones that are showing up in game, because that Envy one, that is the one that you're supposed to only be able to buy with money, that one's coming up for the Imperator level instead of I think the Starcross one. Yeah, when in game. So it may just be in the PTU because that's the only place I checked. But yeah, it's like they reversed those two. I don't know if I don't think it's intended, because it says that you should get the Starcross one. But just in case anybody else was looking at their inventory and wondering what happened, it's not just you.
Yeah, I subscribed last month for the previous armor set, and my subscription expired today, so I don't think I got it. It expired like before they updated the thing. So, but if you do subscribe before the 14th, you will get the armor set. And also, if you subscribe before the 14th, you should roll over for next month, so you should be able to get 2 months of players instead of one, because February is such a short month.
Yeah, and they match the Love Struck paints for the ships. And they are also interchangeable. You can mix and match with the Star Kitten armors. So, yeah, it's good.
actually canceled my sub myself, so no, I didn't get any of this one this time.
I might subscribe. I mean, I have enough armor. So I kind of like the colors of these, especially the Starcross armor set. So maybe I'll subscribe and get it again, and get this month and next month. Anyone else interested in the armor? Face to face pops.
Yeah, mine is automatic. I've been subscribing
automatic.
for
Yeah,
since
same.
we came in the game, so been about a couple of years now. So
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, same here.
Oh, are you getting those discount coupons every year then?
yeah, the ones I
Yep.
keep forgetting to use, I sure do.
I was gonna say, what do you buy it? Where do you use them on?
You know what?
Man, I'm hitting the button so quick. I'm like, oh darn it, forgot to use it. Well,
Well, thank you for reminding me, but no, thank you, because I'm sticking to my guns right now. I'm not buying anything unless it's alien.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't even use it on buyback, so it's not like you can melt something and buy it back or whatever. But yeah, you can't
But I don't
use
have
fresh
anything in
cash.
buyback that's really worth me actually pulling out.
Okay,
The
yeah.
only thing
Oh,
I
I
know I
misspoke.
have is
No,
no, it's okay.
You don't have to use fresh cash, but you do have to get something out of the store. You can't use a buyback. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I
now
get you.
you said, if I recollect, you said they expire, or was I wrong? Because I was kind of doing something
I
when you
don't think
mentioned.
they expire. No,
Oh, okay. I didn't think they did. Okay, I just
I
I
don't
thought
think they expire.
But
when
the
you
thing
were
is, I think the stipulation is that you can only use one per year, right?
Oh, is that what you?
No,
Okay.
no.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
if you got a bunch saved up, you can use them back to back to back. I guess there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to.
I
But
just was curious.
but it only goes up to $250 for the Centurion or $500 for the. I mean, okay, I messed up. It only goes up to $50 worth of discount on the Centurion and $100 for the Imperator. If you buy something, so if you buy something that's $250 on US dollars on the store, and you have a Centurion, you'll save $50. If you buy something that's $500 on the store, and the Imperator, you save $100. So $400 and
Gotcha.
$200
Okay.
respectively. And Nomads, they can put a subscription.
Now, the only other ship that I'm thinking of besides an alien ship would be the Pioneer, but we'll see. I'm thinking.
Yeah, if they ever sell the Pioneer with the land claim again, yeah, that's gotta be.
Still does come
That's
with a
gotta be a
land
mess.
claim. From what I understand, it still comes with one.
It still comes with one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
get
right.
an
I forgot
8x8. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's a good deal. And you specifically want to get one before the price goes up, because it will go up.
Of course.
Yeah, I think it was Montoya that mentioned I think he said if they sold land claims, I think it was Montoya. So he said if they sold land claim, they probably would sell millions of dollars worth of, and just for that alone. Not that everybody
It's dude.
Maybe.
What are you talking about?
land in the game. Yeah, it
Are
would
you
probably.
kidding me?
They probably had sell at least
The thing
$5
is, I'm not sure
million,
that many people knows how much knows what their worth is. That's why I'm doubtful.
When they appear on the gray market, they go like quick. So
I
a lot
would
of
think
people
that people that are playing the game right now know. I would think.
Yeah.
People, and there's I think so.
I mean, so you said $1 million, and it's sold for $50 and $100 each. So that's like 1,000. Well, I guess they could do that.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that.
I have nothing positive to say about land claims, so I'm not going to say anything at all.
Okay.
All right. No problem.
I will say that I think selling digital land in a space game is a step above and beyond selling spaceships, and I think it's incredibly dumb. And if they do it, I will probably walk away.
They already did it though.
If they really turn it into something else,
like what?
Yeah.
Like what?
I don't know, like NFT type shit.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
an NFT is just a technology. It's not like,
Eh.
I don't see CIG giving us the ability to trade these.
I don't know.
So,
I just don't like the land claim stuff.
okay, no
but what?
problem.
Okay, but you're in Second Life, right? Like me.
Yeah, but I've also never bought land.
I never bought it either because I wasn't able to because it was all bought up.
Yeah,
Right?
and I wouldn't have bought it either, though.
Okay,
Wayne,
I see where you're coming from.
Well, Wayne, if you ever change your mind, I have some land on the moon that I could sell you. And shoot, thank you for the 300 bits. Appreciate it.
And if you give me $1,000, I will give you a 1 square foot piece of land I don't actually own in Ireland to make you a lord.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. But thank you anyway.
Okay, but the vehicle of the month is the Banner Defender, as you previously said, is a 2-seater, and more in line with for Valentine's Day, or Coramor, as I should say. So if you're loving the time this month with the Banner Iconic Flight Fighter, the Defender available for upgraded insurance till the end of February 2023. Pick yours up today. That's what they say. And they got the subscriber merchandise discount, which is the same thing as every month. You get 10% off on some existing items and some of the 15% off. Lord FC, fastcart has a ring to it. Yeah, okay, thank you, really, I appreciate that. But yeah, so that is the February subscriber promotions. And I like I said, I may subscribe for the armor, guys. We'll see. Alright, so up next we have, speaking of Coramor, Valentine's Day, celebrate Coramor 2953, find romance in Stanton, in the mood for love. So yeah, have a whole bunch of stuff here for the Coramor. Paint for your ship and armor set, the red hot armor set. They got that one for CitizenCon, I believe. So it's the same thing, except it doesn't come in a pack this time. Seek Lab, they got the Heart Seeker for the two-seater. BBG, thank you for the subscription.
Is this
Hearts of
supposed to
Blaze.
be shown on the Twitch stream, FC? Because I'm seeing the SCL playing.
It's on the Twitch
What?
stream. I'm watching the Twitch stream right now.
Oh, okay, never mind. Twitch for some reason did not show me the live version of the stream. My bad. Sorry,
Okay.
never mind.
Yep.
No problem. You have me away. I'm like, wait, what? Anyway, yeah. So the Heartseeker, exclusive Anvil ship, doesn't have the Coramor to capture the devilly beauty now before it leaves you lonely. The Hearts of Blaze has a screenshot contest. We'll get more into that in a bit. But snap a screenshot and post it on the community hub. Oh yeah, and this is the paint. So they got the 6-pack for $33 US dollars, sorry, and you get all 6 of them. But separately, they got the Arrow, the Scorpius, the Cyclone, the Hoverquad, the Nomad, and finally the Ares. Now the Ares is $11. Okay, I didn't notice that before. But yeah. So that's a whole bunch of paint this year. I don't think I had that many paint than the previous year. And also you have the armor suit. Like I said, this was previously purchasable from I want to say CitizenCon or IEE.
It's IEE.
Yeah, IEE. So they have all of them are red alert. We got the Arden SL, the Grey Cat Aerial, the Curious, the one that looked like Mass Effect, Armortech, Artemech, the Mark IV armor, and the Molotov red alert armor, and they're all $14 each, but they don't come in the pack. I got them all in pack, but it was $65 for everything. Anyone picking up anything for Coramor?
Yeah, I went and got the six pack of paints. And here's the tip for people that got the Coramor paints. There was like a 3-pack before. If you melt that one and apply the credit to the 6-pack, you actually save money than if you were just gonna buy like the separate Cyclone, the new ones, the Cyclone, the X-Wing fighter, the Scorpion, yeah, or Scorpius, yeah, and the other new one. So if you were to buy those separately to add to your previous 3-paint pack, you'll pay more. So it makes sense to just melt the 3 paint one and then, apply that credit to getting the 6 paint one if you need all of them.
Cool. Also, they're offering a Warbound edition for the Heartseeker. You save $10 off the normal price, but it doesn't come with any kind of specialized insurance, so you're just saving $10. And they got the heartwarming holes. I did this from low to high. So you got the hover quad, and I believe these all come to skin. You got the Cyclone. You got the Cyclone RC. Cyclone RN, Cyclone TR, the Arrow. That should be everyone rants and raves about the Arrow and the Gladius being the king of light fighters. You got the Cyclone MT, Cyclone AA. I don't think many people get that one. You got the Nomad, the Heartseeker, which is seen above, the Scorpius, which is seen above, Inferno, and the Ion. That then it goes over. So, and no one's getting shipped for Coramor?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I might pick up the skin. Let me look at the skins again. I got all the armor already. Out of all these skins, I might get the Arrow because I might get an Arrow later on. And I might get the Aries, but I'm not sure. I don't really like. It looks more purple than red, so purple is not really my thing.
Well, it's not supposed to be red or purple. It's supposed to be pink. The Coramor colors in lore are pink and black.
Pink and black. Okay.
Yeah, so that's actually pink. And if you see it in game under most lighting conditions, it's pink.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you. All right. So up next we have, this Coramor screenshot contest. Coramor has returned, and with it comes a feeling of warmth and love throughout the verse. We're asking you to form a heart in Star Citizen, wherever, with whomever, and from whatever you wish. Insert the image on the community hub so that everyone can see whose heart shines brightest. The best 3 entries will be awarded a prize built for 2, so that you and your special someone never have to be apart. Before you get started, look at the contest rules. So there's the contest rule. I'm not gonna go through each one.
No reshade.
No what?
No reshade, no Photoshop.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. No processing, right, yeah. And the winning conditions of CIG Joy will be based on quality, creativity, rule adherence, and aesthetic composition. And the date is, oh wow, this is coming up. It's only like a week. So February 15th. That's what it normally is, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or the end of the month. But they're only giving everyone a week. So the first prize is the Archive Scorpius, second prize is the Heartseeker, and the third prize is the Cyclone MT. And remember, all submissions posted on the Coramor event and the community hub using the 2953 Coramor screenshot contest as a title to be considered.
Can you scroll back up? I'm curious to see when was this posted?
This was posted today.
Okay.
Wow, for them to give you that short period of time.
Yeah, that surprised me too. Yeah, it surprised me too. But Synthwave CIG posted someone asked a question. I don't have it up, but the response from Synthwave is, yes, ship boxes, people, anything you can arrange in the shape of a heart count.
That
So
comment is wrong.
Anyone here going to participate? Go ahead.
I was going to say that comment about the pink flares disappearing in 3.18. They do not. I actually placed a bunch of them around the cave entrance, logged out, and then logged back in the next day, and they were still lit. So hopefully that's a thing of the past as far as them disappearing. I don't think I'm going to enter, but I look forward to seeing other people's entries.
Cool. You're right, the smoke. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. Good to be here. Y'all say that
Go ahead.
y'all say this contest is only a week long. These contests are never long enough for me. Like every contest that comes up is never long enough for me. Like I wish they were like a month long.
Mm-hmm.
Chip Showdown.
True. That's about the only one.
That's the only one. Yep. And thank you for the follow up. I missed the name, but thank you for the follow up. Thank you. So yeah, that is the screenshot contest. You want a heart shape like that, something like that. So good luck to everybody who participates. Up next we have, speaking of the community, posting on the community hub, we have community hub event. This just came out today. You have new ways to engage, with the release of all new community hub on CitizenCon for 2053 was only the beginning. The new event section of the community hub is now live alongside new functionality to make browsing and community content related to an event or holiday easier than ever before. So, has anyone take a look at the new community hub?
Yeah.
What did you say?
I like it. I like this idea. It looks like they've made it easier for them to do things like, like they did with the Ship Showdown, where they pushed all the Ship Showdown content to the front. Now this is going to be like a regular thing. So you see there, they got the Coramor 2953 one. And then I expect that, they'll do it again for Stella Fortuna for St. Patrick's Day, and all the different events, Invictus. And it's good because then people that go to the community hub, right away they'll see, there's an event on, people are submitting content, and they don't have to like search for it. It'll be like right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't mess with the community hub too much myself. I posted some stuff for Soul Citizens in the past, and like bug citizens and virtual bug citizens. But yeah, so I don't really browse that too much.
If you link this Twitch channel, it will come up with the other content creator channels when we're live. So yeah, like my People's Radio channel comes up. So something to maybe consider.
Cool. Yeah, I'll think about it. Thank you. Sounds like a good idea. But like I said, we'll figure it out offline. It's not bad. We'll figure it out offline.
Yeah.
But yeah, new ways to engage. Before we move on from the community hub, there was a post about the community hub. Catman1968 says, "How the heck am I supposed to sign in the community hub?" I put the link. If you wanted to contribute or submit anything, you had told you to sign in. When you click sign in the box, it says inlet or sign in, and you click on that, and it sends them back to the home page and went back and forth without end. So scroll down.
They need to clear their cookies.
So scroll down to Nightbider's post. Say, "Hey, Catman1968, this is the current known issue, and we've provided a workaround below. You gotta log out of Spectrum, log into the community hub, and then log back into Spectrum. So if you have trouble, follow those steps."
That isn't clear enough. Like log out of Spectrum. How do you need?
Yeah, log out of Spectrum.
Over there, where it says sign in to RSI, like you can log out. You
can still log into Spectrum.
Yeah, you can log into Spectrum.
RSI, but logged out of Spectrum.
Yep. It's weird. I don't like the fact that these are all separate, right? Like the community hub should be either linked to Spectrum or RSI, but I guess it's like a separate thing, and that's what causes the confusion.
Like I've always just logged out of RSI and then did the community, logged into the community hub and then logged back into RSI.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying.
Get confusing.
I'm only saying Spectrum.
The RSI is Spectrum in this case.
What?
The RSI website, Rapid Space Industries, that's Spectrum.
Well, Spectrum's in RSI. You can log out of Spectrum and still be logged into RSI.
Right. If you're logged into your RSI account and you
we just stepped into Inception. I don't know where we are now.
What was that,
if you're logged into the RSI page and you bring up Spectrum, it automatically logs you in. But you can be separately logged into them. You don't have to be logged into one or the other at the same time. You don't have to.
Okay. Yeah. But if y'all having trouble, just follow those steps, and hopefully it'll get resolved sometime soon. Speaking of the Coramor ship sales, This person is Del Banworthy, sorry, and quit pledging on his store. So they're having issues. They came up with $0 for some reason. Well, not just that, but you're supposed to be. Oh, the left duck paint supposed to be discounted 25% for $14.25. However, when you click on it on that bundle, you get that screenshot. So evidently it was incorrect, but it's been fixed. So just go down to Night Riders again. Thanks for highlighting this. It was as it quickly elevated to appropriate team. This issue should now be resolved. And this was as of 2:25 earlier. Someone said that it's not fixed for the Aries Scorpio cycle. Hopefully it's fixed now. So everyone who's having issues should find out and should be okay. Hopefully. Yeah. Did anyone have any issues? Well, I guess no one here bought anything. Oh, Jade,
Yeah, I don't.
you said it was gifted to you, right?
Yeah, it was gifted to me, and I just looked just now, and I don't have the issues. I see each paint for each vehicle.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, it's good to know
somebody to give me a skin.
What was that?
I want somebody to give me a skin. Awesome. Jade always gets the good stuff.
Yeah, well, Jade's prettier. So.
Hey,
it's good
I
to know
seen it, right?
whenever there is a problem that it gets resolved pretty quickly. So that's good to know. And good luck getting a free skin, UI.
Jade's prettier.
You don't know how pretty I am.
I got it.
I mean, I'm also like a lesbian, so I'm just gonna say that Jade's prettier. Like,
okay,
Jade, so
I'll
I don't even know if I'm a man.
I'll take that. But yeah,
Moving
somebody
on.
gave it
They
to
got
me
the
because
Squadron 42 monthly report for January 2023.
Hey, I haven't been here in a while. I gotta spice it up. I haven't been here in like what, 2-3 months?
Welcome, Wayne. Welcome back. Hey, miss you.
Thank you. I missed you all
so
too.
this is the Squadron 42 monthly report. We normally don't get cover this because talk about Squadron 42. But if you are interested, you got the link in chat, so click on that if you want more details. After that, we got the roadmap update. So I'm gonna read through these briefly. So notable changes, Alpha 319. The upcoming release of 318 brings important advancement to the technology behind Star Citizen. The highlight PES, which represents a monumental effort from an engineering team. Skipping ahead, to ensure the server and client stability in Alpha 318, both before and after launch, the team had decided to extend the 318 branch for an extra patch cycle. This will allow them to address any issues that may arise. As a result, the next update for the following release of Alpha 318 will come before Invictus launch week and will feature a variety of new and exciting content you can read below. Although this update will be designated 319, it will be built on the Alpha 318 code base. The production team is currently evaluating the feasibility of integrating originally planned 319 content into the 318 brand. The items below the release review today are subject to change and addition. Nonetheless, we wanted to share the tentative goals as of now, with potentially more update change addition coming to the roadmap ahead. So this is huge. The following has been added to 319 columns from release view. The Lovo Cityscape, which they covered last week on the ISC. The new player experience. The new mission, salvage contract, and new mission, Ghost Hollow PvP mission. Progress tracker. Due to some format changes to the data they're using for the progress tracker, the update for both upstream and downstream in 2023 needs a bit more time to get sorted. You can expect these updates to become in subsequent publishers. So what do people think about that? 318 is now 319.
No,
One
I
time
mean,
talk at once.
we're getting 318. It's on the PTU right now, so 318 will come out, and then we'll get 319. Right?
Oh.
I mean, it says to ensure the stability before and after launch, the team decided to extend the 3-team event to an extra patch cycle.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So as a result, the next update following the release of 318 will come before Invictus launch week. Okay. So there should be something before that, but now they're going to extend 319 to just before Invictus launch week.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? It sounds like a few weeks.
Well, I mean, they're doing a stress test for 318 Wave 2 right now to push a public PTU. PTU. Yeah.
That is, well, yeah, it's coming up, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I have some issues because, obviously we are not on a quarterly patch cadence anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're going to be able to get back to it, considering how much deep tech work is going on, and considering how long 318's taken to get where it's at, which is now almost as long as it took for 2.6 to 3.0. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
It's closing on it. It's like closing on it, but yeah, it was a year to the day. It was December to December for 2.6 to 3.0.
Right.
So yeah, December,
Oh wow.
middle of December to middle of December. I can't remember,
When
like
did
18th.
317
I remember
come out?
that well because I joined in December 2016, and that was like my first year in Star Citizen.
Was
And
the hell year?
Yeah, the hell year was. I finally remember. Like I have fond
remember
memories
fondly.
of that because it was all new to me.
Yeah, so do I. Because oh god, so it was.
I'm looking it up now. Oh, they don't have previous ones. Hold on. So 317 was April 29. April 29.
March, January, February, March, April. We're 3 months away from it matching. 3 months away from it matching because it was quite literally, Alpha 2.6.3 was April 2017 and Alpha 3.0 was December. But if you go to 2.6, Alpha 2.6 was December 23rd, 2016, and Alpha 3.0 was December 23rd, 2017. It was literally 1 full year from 2.6.0 to 3.0. We're 3 months away from matching that.
Yeah, hopefully it won't get to that, but
I hope not. I hope not. But this is just as big as that patch was anyway. So
yeah, I should jump ahead to get to the past notes, but I'm gonna try to stick to what I have because I got a whole lot of tabs and it's hard to keep track of which one is which. But we will get to the past notes for the yesterday's P2 release and cover that. But yeah, hopefully, we'll see. We'll just have to see. Any other thoughts about the February roundup?
I'm curious about the new player experience. Like I'm really hoping it's not a waste of dev time.
Yeah.
Like when it comes
I mean,
out,
they
it
tried
won't
it
be.
before. I don't know how it's gonna be different now, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Well, it's going to be signage to basically like show people where to go. Like a lot of times new people get really confused, especially in Area 18. And so I think it's just going to be signage. But like to a point I've heard Griff make is like a lot of people don't even look at the signs; they just run, right?
don't.
So that,
Yeah.
No one reads
hopefully
anything.
people look at them. New people look at them.
Yeah. Gamers don't like to read.
Nope. All right. So up next we have. Oh yeah, this is you didn't like the Spectrum, sorry, the RSI version. You can check the Spectrum version of the roadmap roundup. Basically it says the same thing, but it's in a Spectrum form. So if people can keep track of that from the dev tracker whenever they post that. We've got a couple of new releases. The RSI. Yeah, this is the RSI new launcher from 1.6 1.4. Last week they released 1.6.3 to fix the public crash handler crashing. And this week they're fixing the embedded control panel options are taken into account. So if you haven't launched the launched it in a bit, you get an update. So make sure you get that. And then this is the PT patch notes that I was hinting at before. So this one is from January 30th, this is last week. And then you got a new one from yesterday. And I just wanted to compare and contrast the two of them. So you got the test and focus, and scroll down. So far, they're like for the test and focus, but when you get to known issue, the one from last week is shorter than the one from this week. So I don't know if people can check that. So has anyone been in the P2 recently?
Yeah.
And it seemed like to you the known issues are getting longer?
Yeah, I don't think I think what it is like there's always, at the beginning of PTU, there's a huge list of known issues way beyond what they put in the patch notes. Otherwise, the patch notes would fill a book, right? And I think as they take, some of the known issues off the table, they throw more of them into the patch notes. So, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's more. It's just that we're seeing them being visible in the patch notes, if that makes sense.
Well, and for me, like the problem I have is when we see known issues that are recurring known issues that have been known issues for 2-3 years now. And one thing real quick I wanted to bring up is somebody said in chat that we didn't have dot patches between 2.6 and 3.0. That's not true. We had 3. 2.6, 1.2, and 0.3. I was there. So we did have dot patch updates for the 2.6 branch. So that is a thing that happened. But I'm personally been seeing the known issues list get smaller, get bigger, get smaller, get bigger. And what concerns me the most is if we've got like, oh, hey, the RSI Constellation, the fighter doesn't undock again. Okay, well, yeah, that's been a thing for the last 2 or 3 years. Why is it still a known issue? Why isn't it fixed yet? So that frustrates me.
All right.
Man, these bugs are terrible.
Yeah,
I'm reading the list.
That's
man.
Yeah,
I'm
not gonna go through each one of them trying to save my voice or save my sanity because I did that a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, but Rain, I was in a sand cave and I saw the legs moving on. Speaking of bugs, one of those sand bugs or one of those.
You know what, Jade?
bugs.
Jade.
It's creepy as you can imagine.
Yeah, it is creepy, and that's why I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Well, in the previous bug fixes from the previous patch note, we had these bug fixes. It had technical down at the bottom. It had fixed 6 client crashes, fixed 10 server crashes, and fixed a server deadlock. And for this week, or yesterday, sorry, they had these bug fixes, fixed multi-vehicles, destroyed ship structures were not functioning after being repaired, fixed FPS mineable, the gem shards were being cleaned up and vanished when multiple deposits are shattered, fixed the whole series, Alt-K keybind not retract the spindle, fixed mercenary missions, fixed the vulture, fixed location art, cluster rehabilitation facility escape route with missing textures and had gray boxes, fixed the ASOP terminal, fixed docking for vehicle, delivered during mission collision, fixed Echo 11, spawn point placing players within geometry. Ouch. I must have shot. Star Moon elimination, players may be able to reach out of bound areas. Fixed cluster rehabilitation facility again. Fixed the vulture shower beam and armistice zone, and again the cluster. There's a whole lot of problems with cluster that's being fixed. And technically, they fixed 3 client issues and fixed 3 server crashes. This is from yesterday. So I thought.
Side note: I am allowed to bitch about bug fixes and stuff because I'm a QA director. So like, I do get to bitch about how they fix bug fixes.
What were you gonna say, UI?
I heard that PES is allowing people the players to close off the exit to Clasher, the prison break exit to Clasher with boxes and stuff. Like so people are trapped in Clasher now. That sucks.
Intended feature.
Yeah.
Expected outcome. Intended feature.
All right, so hopefully next time or next week or whenever they get the new patch notes out, the known issues will be smaller and continue to get smaller until they're going up and down. But who knows? We'll see what happens. But that is the patch note from yesterday. Up next, oh yeah, this is happening I want to say, but not a couple hours now. It's more like 6 hours ago. They had an Alpha 318 stress test and pushed to the open PTU this evening. Well, it was 3 hours ago now, but they had a stress test kick off at 3 p.m. Pacific and ran for 2 hours. Did anyone participate in the stress test?
Nope.
No?
No.
No?
I'm
Okay.
there now.
Oh, it's still going on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go blow up a full C2 of cargo again.
Have fun with
They
that.
want a stress test.
Well, just Batman said they did, so hopefully they got some much needed data to improve their service and everything, and push the PTU, open PTU. So yeah, that is the Alpha 13 stress test. Oh, this is something fun. So Dell Venturian asked about Hyper Vanguard for us. I said, I enjoyed it, but I know it's hard to find, so enjoy did push a link for Hyper Vanguard for us. And Jake Acapella said, I put really way too much time in HVF when it came out, especially to still be bad at it. And I was bad at it too, still bad at it. But this is the link for Hyper Vanguard for us. It came out in May 9th, 2015, so that's almost 8 years ago. Darn. 8 years ago. I didn't realize it's been that long, but yeah, the Hyper Vanguard for it. Basically, Squadron is basically a web browser game. The backstory: the year 2983, the advocacy is falling, giving rise to a horde of pirates roaming the verse without fear of retaliation, and you are the evil pirate Captain Balthazar has stolen the prized Vanguard model. Now your dashboard feels empty, lonely, and sad. As Meredith, you'll pursue the despicable thieves through star system, blasting everything and everyone that stands in your way. And they click on the start button, and it'll take you right into the game. So that is Hyper Vanguard for it. It was released to promote the ship. Yep.
When is this beginning again?
So I thought I was just a cool blast in the past. I remember hearing about it when it first came out. Did anyone play it?
No, I missed it.
I played it once.
I want to play it again.
This stuff needs to be in the universe. It needs to be on one of the. Well, there's a Hyper Vanguard Force arcade machine. So
yeah, there is. Yeah, hopefully that'll work in game like it does on a web browser. But you say you missed it, but you're right. It's right there. You go to the link and play it.
Oh, really? That actually works?
Well, I'm afraid to click on it now, but yeah, it's right there, loading. There you go.
Hyper Vanguard Force.
Oh, I gotta use that. Let's reload. Yeah, so it works.
Awesome.
Yeah, so go ahead and go to the link and you have some fun. You'll spend hours wasting time. They'll happen fun, hopefully. All right. So up next we have, there's no IST this week, but it was an interior design during the 4.0. This is 13 minutes. I think we're going to go through the whole thing. If I find a good place in the middle, I'll stop. But I don't think I did when I first went through it. So, but this is the interior design Journey to 4.0.
This week, it's another Journey to 4.0 special, where we jump farther ahead and take a look at work scheduled to make its Persistent Universe debut in the upcoming 4.x branch of release. And this week, we're proud to bring Star Citizen art director Ian Leyland back to share with us a first look inside the buildings of Star Citizen's landing zones.
So building interiors is something we've always wanted to do, you know, because of, you know, we've had cities in the game for a while. We have many cities, we have many buildings. Therefore, we could have many interiors. It's a perfect opportunity to put in a lot of play space. Now, with the players flying around these buildings, they've been largely urban landscapes, fairly uninteractable. You know, we've done a few landing pads to get the players in and out there, but really the real good stuff was on the inside. So up until now, we've been on the outside wondering about the inside, and today we're going to talk about the inside, looking outside. All right, so with building interiors, the way in which we approach the concept development, now this was just a pure blue sky ideation phase, and the idea was to create inspirational material to use that as a content to inspire conversations, to find out what do we want to do for the game, what is cool for the game, and use that as the initial springboard for the conversation. So what we'll be looking through here is a presentation of blue sky ideation, primarily used as a springboard to start conversations with Chris, with the design director, and the game director, to understand what do we want to put in the game, what could be cool for the game, and we use that as that initial inspiration point. So when we're talking about building interiors, how could we start to break that down? So right off the bat on the top, it's the rooftop spaces. So these would be the primary access points for the player. Then just below that, the maintenance spaces, these could be industrial or technical. Also, we can have residential. So residential could be entire building blocks, so it could be a proportion. Then after that, we've got commercial. So these could be shopping, it could be offices, it could be social. And then at the bottom, obviously, we've got lobbies. Now, these also could be access points for the player. For example, if you're inside Area 18, the player can get access to it there. And then lastly, we've got the underground. Now, these could be interesting as a connector space between buildings. So maybe you've gone in through one building, you go down, and it could bring you through to another part of a building. Let's start with rooftops. Now, up until now, we've largely designed our cityscapes to be more of a backdrop to the landing zone. We have the social space generally in the middle, and then the cityscape goes around it. And they've been designed to give the best composition, to be interesting to fly around, but we've not really thought about designing these buildings from the inside out. So what we're looking at here is some potential concepts for what could be interesting landing spaces that drives the architecture of the building. With landing pads, it doesn't necessarily need to be on the top of the building. It could be, you know, halfway down or lower. So imagine, you know, you're in the lower parts of the city, and then we'd open up these additional play spaces. And as you can see here, it's not just the landing pad, it's the gameplay space that goes along with it too. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be a single building. Imagine there is a network hub that services a few different buildings. So what we're looking at here is maybe like a transit hub where the player could land, get on some transit, and then that would lead to some buildings. Okay, so maintenance spaces. So these could be really interesting in terms of player interaction. You know, they could be dealing with the power or the maintenance of the building. And then also you could have technical spaces. So these would be more for technicians. It could deal with the data or the communications. And what we're looking at here is potential some you know, gameplay puzzles where the player has to work their way inside the main operation booth. So moving on to residential. So there's a huge amount of potential here. What we wanted to do with residential is two things. One, explore investigating the potential player housing. So with that, we want to be able to create a variety of interior layouts. And also we want to explore a variety of architectural styles. So when we're looking at potential housing layouts, we wanted something fairly modular in a way in which we could create a variety of combinations. So whether it's living spaces or habitation spaces or social spaces. And also here we're looking at we want the players to eventually be able to populate the player-owned habitation. So you see here like a first indication of how, the sort of dressing styles that you'd be able to do. Outside of something that's fairly utilitarian, we also want to do something that could be fairly high-end. So here we're just exploring some ideas about what a space could feel like on a different architectural style, and more generous windows, interior spaces dedicated to more than just habitation. And these would be focused on other landing zones. So imagine you come across these in Area 18, or it could be when we come to Terra. And also, like I said, it could be informing future player-owned habitation architectural sets. Now, outside of the living quarters, there's also the social spaces just outside. And we want these to be more than just the corridors that we're seeing in the game right now. So these could be multi-layered social spaces. And these could also inform advanced traversal routes for the player to be able to get inside these habitation rooms. So as we're talking through various architectural styles, what you're seeing here is just a collection of ideas, a collection of architectural intent to create like a palette or a mood that will inform art style and gameplay opportunities. So outside of residential, we're moving into the commercial area. So what this means is it means we can look at areas that are more gameplay focused outside of player habitation. So when we're talking about these could be office blocks, these could be corporate owned. Inside here, there could be corporate wings, there could be manufacturing, there could be office spaces. And what we try to think about with these, it's more than just a flat room. There should be advanced traversal, it should be multi-tiered. So outside of the commercial offices, we've also got like restaurants and bars. So what we're looking at here is a pretty cool like skyline bar in Lowville. That could be fun. But also in restaurants, Chris always described the idea of really high-end restaurants in the game where you can get access to food choices that isn't available anywhere else. So right at the foot of the building, we're going to start talking about the lobby. So as I said before, these are going to be access points to the player, but also we can do more than just a standard foyer that we're seeing in the game right now. So this sort of space we're seeing here is, imagine there's an underground transit network, and that transit station feeds a network of building lobbies. So these could be social spaces, these could be really good combat spaces. They could have access to mini restaurants or bars or facilities. And we're just showing that in a variety of art styles. So one's a fairly low end, one could be fairly high end, but the infrastructure is the same. So as we're exploring art style opportunities, this then drives where it would be appropriate. So some would be more appropriate in somewhere like Area 18, some would be more appropriate in somewhere like Horizon, and obviously some would be more appropriate for future landing zones like Odessa or Prime. And also when we're talking about lobbies, again, what we're trying to do is we're trying to describe multi-layer traversal spaces. So in these illustrations, you're seeing a variety of routes to then help inform the initial conversation with level design. Now, finally, we're going to talk about the underground. Now, this is, I think, one of the coolest spaces. So rather than just focusing on the positive axis of the building, we're going to look at the underground. Now, what this does, it means we can access a whole area of play space that doesn't need to be contained inside the building. So within the lobby, we want the player to start to traverse down into these spaces, and these could be underground transit networks. They could be abandoned underground transit networks. This then could drive potential racing opportunities. So when we was doing this, we thought, oh, it'd be really cool. Like, what would it look like if there's an underground street race going on there? Also, there could be traversal opportunities. Like I said before, if the player wanted to go into one building, down, and then through, and then up into another building, what would that traversal network be like? Especially if we're thinking about if it's an older part of the underground of a city, maybe it's less used, people have built up, that would instantly inspire a whole bunch of traversal and investigation missions there. Or maybe there's an old aqueduct or an old infrastructure underground. You know, this could be perfect for underground street racing or other racing opportunities. So in a nutshell, what we looked at is a blue sky investigation into what building interiors could be like for the game. These are essentially dungeon kits. You know, we want to be able to work on these areas in a fairly procedural manner, and we want these to be dungeon opportunities for gameplay spaces. It also will start to inform the future of player-owned habitation and the type of visuals or look and feels that could be. So this ties into a much larger initiative. So we're seeing it a little bit now with the redo of Lowville. That's turning into a much bigger cityscape. And what that means is every city in the game is ready for these building interior spaces. Now, one thing to note is the cityscapes are probably going to change a little bit. Just from an initial investigation, we found our buildings are quite small. So expect to see the skylines go through a period of transition, but that's cool because that means we're designing the inside of the buildings and then we'll redo the architecture to fit to that. So I think it's going to be super positive for the game. So just in case we was thinking it's all just blue sky concept, actually we're going to start full production on these spaces right at the end of this quarter.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that much like the new underground facilities we showcased before, building interiors will be a new series of modular set pieces enabling a whole host of gameplay opportunities, from trade to exploration to combat and PvP and much more. And that, much like those new UGFs, they're going into production now, and in fact, by the time this airs, will already have started. And that the journey to 4.0 may have Pyro at its center, but it will still continue to evolve all aspects of Star Citizen and the existing persistent universe around it. Now, we'll be back with more Inside Star Citizen next week. But for our Journey to 4.0, I'm Jared Huckabee, and we'll be back in about a month or so with our next big look forward. See you then.
And we're back. So yeah, that was a pretty good episode. Let's go in order. Fitzface, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, it's a lot to unpack in this one. I'm gonna keep it short. Try to keep it short and sweet. First of all, I love it. I like it. I like to see the concepts, designs that they have for this. To me, as I sat back and I saw this today, it really, opened up my mind to thinking about, the part of the game where access for players like that, may have a crime stat or something like that, to be able to gain entry into a city, like they said, and this possibly is that way to be able to do so. To me, I look at the racing stuff is great, but I'm also looking at firefights down there. Because this is, I mean, if it's a spot that is not an armistice, I can see this becoming a good spot to have a nice FPS mission, like they said, or something rather like that, which would be cool, So I'm gonna keep it there.
Okay. Jade, what are your thoughts?
Oh wow, I have so many, but like Fist, I'm gonna try and keep it short. So my initial thought was, okay, this is great. They're really diving deep into the interior architecture, right? So all these places look different from each other, which is something I was always kind of concerned about. How, if you're going to do building interiors and you're going to do them procedurally, there's a possibility that things would all look the same, but at least from the concept art, these all have character. They all look very different from each other. And Oh, and he mentioned a place you don't even hear about when he mentioned Odessa, right? So Odessa is in the Magnus system on a planet called Borea, which is the home of Drake Interplanetary for people that aren't, super into the lore. So it's like interesting that they're thinking, that far ahead to Terra and Magnus. Um, so I love that, and the whole thing when he said, racing, and I saw the dragonflies and stuff underground. All of us in the street, or all of us in the racing community, have been wanting street racing of some sort, right? And it shows that they recognize, yes, there are people that do want, urban street racing of some sort, and I love that whole idea of, you have like a whole other different culture that's living underground in the city that might be like living under Area 18. So yeah, I don't want to go too long, but I love all that. The other thing, totally forget about building interiors. The fashions that they were showing in those concept drawings, please, CIG, give us all of them. All of them. That's all I have to say.
Cool, thank you. Pops, how about you?
Oh yeah, this is it's a lot. I mean, when you think about the sewers and where they, exit and leave, it could be a smuggling route, bringing in a lot of illegal things, a lot of illegal trade going on down there. And it just made me think about, I know, you're not supposed to be able to bring weapons into certain places, but maybe, I don't know if they had, really thought that through. But thinking about the size of the cities that they're expanding and this throughout the universe, I'm like, I know they talked about signs a few minutes ago, but I'm thinking maybe, I mean, this is going to be a lot of places to memorize. So I'm thinking maybe the Moby Glass could have some kind of aid, maybe not to the underground stuff, but helping people find certain places, because like we said, looking at signs really isn't a lot of people's things. I know, they just kind of get out and run. So made me think about that with the Moby Glass. And let's see, the last thing I'm going to mention was the poster behind Jared with the Pico and the Vandul and the ship on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a question. I think it slipped my mind. Something about the signage. Oh yeah, the map. I think people are used to having a mini map when they play games like this, but you're not going to get one. Well, as far as we know, they're not going to get one in Star Citizen. You think that'll turn a lot of people off, Pops?
My thought is, we're going to get a whole, beyond probably what we've ever imagined as far as the size of this game. And to memorize all these places and where to go, where's this store, it just was a thought that popped into my head. It would be really nice if you had a app on the Moby Glass that would aid you while you're in the city. Obviously, like I said, not to underground places or, things like that. But yeah, I think that would be a big help. But, who knows what they'll do.
Dave, what are you saying in chat?
So yeah, they've mentioned this before about, the new reworked star map. They're going to be able to go down to the level of like almost like street level, or even a building layout. In some cases, if it's like a known place. In other cases, you'd have to like explore it to see what's on that map. But that is something they have mentioned fairly recently too. But I don't expect it like Abdi Johan says, I don't expect it anytime soon. But it's something that they are planning on doing in this game.
No, you can say soon, Jade. You just got to add TM at the end.
Oh, yeah, soon TM, right? Yeah.
Wayne, how about you? What are your thoughts about this? Well, not ISC, but interior design, Journey to 4.0.
I'm kind of afraid to share my opinions now. I don't feel like being argued with, but they're not positive. They're not positive at all. I don't know if it's just because I'm like...
Give us a few points.
This was 13 minutes of concept art, and I don't give two shits anymore. At almost 11 years into this project, there was no discussion of tools. There was no discussion of, how many, like the plan for how many buildings, all of the buildings. There was no. It was just 13 minutes of concept art that's pretty, that is utterly meaningless, with the promise that they're starting production on it now, and then okay, cool, so now we have to rebuild the landing zones because we rebuilt the buildings because the buildings are too small, and it's yet another 5 years onto this fucking project.
I don't know about that
Only
long, but-
I
one
don't-
landing zone, and that's Lorville, which they're doing. They said that the other ones are already set up for it.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it that way, but okay. This is why I said I was worried to share it, because I don't feel like getting into arguments with people.
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just
yeah.
making a slight correction, and
Okay.
that they don't have to redo all of them. Just the oldest one, which is Lorville.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't hear that, so I'd have to watch that again. If that's the case, then that's fine. But like, I don't know. I watched this episode today and was just bored, frustrated, and disappointed. Which I think I'm really burnt out on Star Citizen right now. So that's probably what's going on, and stressors in life. But I didn't enjoy this episode. To be honest, I really wish they hadn't bothered in the first place, and that they waited until they can talk about tools. They can maybe show a white box. They can do what they did with the underground stuff, where they showed white boxing and they showed plans,
Yeah,
and they showed.
this episode reminded me of the underground episode. I was going to say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, I just no, I was not pleased with this at all. But each their own, I guess. Yeah.
Do you think that a follow-up episode, or maybe even better than an episode of this, a Star Citizen Live, when they get closer to being able to like show us the stuff in gray box, do you think that would sort of make you feel better?
Probably, yeah. I think so. Because what's his name? The art director, Ian? Was it Ian? Or the guy that
I forget. I didn't look.
Environmental art.
This guy, the guy that's talking.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember his name. I like him. He's cool and he's very talented. But sometimes the whole this is our pie in the sky stuff that we're just doing to spark conversation, I don't think gives the message that they want it to give.
And for me, it's like I prefer like shift concept art and stuff like that. So these kind of episodes don't really appeal to me as much. I do like seeing the pretty pictures, or I get that out of it. As far as it being a waste of time, I don't really see it. I don't see it that to that extreme. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the big thing is like, where and when is this? Like, and I want a street race in the subway terminals, and I want to be in like I remember we were talking with Jared about this months and months and months ago, and Jared said that they weren't going to be able to do cities on the level of Night City, but then some of this new tools and tech coming out, the only constants change, obviously, sort of insinuates that, well, now maybe that might not be true. They might be able to fill out cities with hundreds of buildings, with hundreds of rooms, and give us
That's like back in the day when they said they couldn't do procedural planets, and 3 months later they had procedural
true.
planets.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, but for me, it's more of I don't want to be shown something that I know I will not see for the next year or two. Like, I don't care that they're starting production on it now.
Remember when we were shown the caves? And we thought it would be a year. Remember? You and I talked about this. We thought it'd be a year, and then boom. We had them within months.
Do you think that'll be the same here with this? Because this feels like fundamental technology to do something no one's ever tried to do.
I think that, to your point about tools, I think that they may have showed us some of the tools for this previously, and this is just like a evolution of those tools, like when we saw them building modular space stations, right? And so
that's a good point.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if they flesh that interior tool out where it's populating these landing zone buildings, then they've already showed us the tool, and they could drop it'll only be Lorville, right? And it could be one of those things where they just want to like wow us, like they did with the caves. That's my hope. but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to get to your vibe before you think that we forgot about him. But your vibe, what are your thoughts about the episode?
I didn't think you forgot about me. I was gonna jump in when I was. I didn't want to get in the middle because I kind of agree with Rain and I agree with Jay.
Okay.
I remember when they showed off the procedural tools that they were using for the new FPS areas, the bunkers. When they showed
Oh
off how
yeah.
they expand the bunkers even lower, like, and they were going to use that for buildings that they were talking about back then. So I agree with that. Like, I kind of feel like a lot of these concepts of like even the new Lorville, if it doesn't look close to these concepts, I'm gonna be upset. This looks amazing. These areas, how they've expanded it, it looks so livable, so lived in, so close to Night City. How I wanted Night City to be. Like, it's amazing. If it don't look like that, I'm gonna be upset.
I will say that.
Real quick, there will be some slight differences from concept to like in-game assets. It's like, yeah. Go ahead.
But if like the certain areas, like there's certain areas in these concepts that like touch on such a much larger scale than what we have right now, that like the vibe has to be the same as these concepts, or else it's a failure in just designing conceptually. Failure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. I agree with everything you guys are saying, but I think you also have to base it on the history of CIG, not in the delivery time, but has anything that they've presented us in the past not been close to what they've said? I'd say 90% of what they've said or shown us in concept art is what we end up getting in the end. So I think you have to also use track record and history. Now, as far as time goes, like Rain says, that track record's a whole nother story. But as far as vision and what they try to deliver, they're pretty close most of the time. So I don't think that's something that you got to worry about too much.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's ambitious, right? I mean, that's basically what you're saying. You're right. It is ambitious. And this whole project's freaking ambitious. And the whole project's a freaking risk. So, but so far, they've tried to get as close to the mark as possible.
Yeah. And this level of ambition is why I came to Star Citizen in the first place. Like, why I barely even play AAA games anymore. Like,
you're spoiled.
So spoiled. So spoiled. Like, I keep a tank of hopium like next to my computer.
I think maybe that's also what it is for me, real quick, because Jade knows this, because we've talked where I've said that like seeing 318 made me not want to play 317 at all, but then seeing what 4.0 could hold made me not want to play 318 either, because it's like I want to go to Pyro, and I think it's this weird situation for me where I don't feel like playing the game as it is now. I want to play the game as it's gonna be, because I've been playing the game as it is now for 10 years, and I want what's coming next. And this, like, I'll be honest, it does blow me away, because this does mean theoretically that every city in the game could have hundreds of buildings with thousands of rooms and places for us to explore. And I will say that one of the best in the business is Bethesda. Walk through a city in Skyrim and walk into the shops, walk into people's houses, and see everything lived in, and see everything, a plate with a half-eaten dinner on a table, right? That sort of environmental storytelling. If they can get there, and I hope they can, I believe they can, then yeah, I'm obviously fully on board for that. I'm a little, I guess, worn out, if that makes any sense.
I agree. Like he in the video towards the end, he talked about the dungeon kits and describing the buildings, and that gave me so much hope on like
oh god, yeah,
people like expanding the idea of what hub areas are for. Having many areas, not even many areas, just whole buildings dedicated to like specific events in the world, and like you can get lost in and just hang out in certain areas and on different floors, interacting with different NPCs and player hangout areas, just expanding that concept of just being at a location long term and being cool with that. Like,
Yeah.
forget the rest of the game, what everybody else is doing. We're on Louisville, hanging out, doing missions on whatever floor, going downstairs, kicking it, eating pizza and sushi. And,
Well, I mean, we're already seeing that with what's coming to Horizon and 318, right? Like, you've got missions there, and you've got racing there, and you've got, all the moons nearby, and you've got the city to explore and stuff like that. Like, Orison is becoming like a one-stop shop for like all the gameplay. You can do all the gameplay around Orison, right? Like, so I want to see that around every single landing zone. Sorry, I'm done.
Well, one thing that stuck out to me was at the very end of the video, that said they're going to start work at the end of this quarter. So I just want to, specify they're going to start work in the quarter, or they already have started work by the airing of this episode. That does not mean that you're going to see this by the end of the quarter. That means it's still a ways out. But they are starting to work on it, so I don't expect to see any of this soon. So when they say end of this quarter, that just means they're starting to work on it. So keep that in mind.
Though Lorville is coming along a lot quicker than we were expecting. So
can I say something real quick? Because I want to address something Rain said, and also what Uri said, and a couple other people I've talked to. I've got about 4 or 5 friends who've pretty much articulated what Rain has articulated. And I want to encourage them and say it's okay to feel that way. If you have a heart and a passion for the development of this game, it's okay to be a little frayed at the edges. This is not the norm for any gamer, for anybody backing any type of project that they feel really, really good about. And part of what I think a lot of gamers are feeling, especially those who feel that way, is because they're committed to really wanting to see this game, is because for years and years and years, we've been both consciously and subconsciously fed that this next game is going to be so great, right? And how many times has that eaten away at us as gamers? How many times have we invested time? How many times did we wait for a game? How many E3s did we sit through, or Gamers Awards, or trailers, or cinematics? And I think what you're feeling is you finally found a game that you actually believe just might possibly finally deliver it. And so the desire to want to play it and see it, to get past PTU, to get past testing, to get past updates is there. And it's a very real feeling for anybody who's really passionate about seeing this. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be sitting here on the show tonight. You'd be playing Roblox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
so don't. I feel you have to apologize for frustration, because we all get it. And honestly, I've got some, I have several people right now who are dedicated to this project. They've been dedicated for years, but they've had to step back and take a breather because that passion and dedication for wanting to see the game. There's the danger that if they don't do that, and if you don't take care of yourself mentally as a gamer, that you can actually become very negative, and not for the right reasons, right? But just because it becomes corrosive. So you do have to step away, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with expressing it, because you need to, because I think it's just a reality that all of us have for wanting to see this game really deliver in the way that we really hope it will.
And I think, Jade and I have been friends for several years, and she knows this. I think that I can count on one hand the number of games that have made me sit at my computer screen and cry. Either both positive cry or negative cry, like negative cry because a character died in a storyline, or like positive cry. This is one of them. When I tell people that first sunrise on Daymar, that hit more than any game had ever hit me. Oh my God, they're gonna freaking do it. And the first sunrise in Orison, that my God, they did it. I'm on a floating freaking gas city and a gas giant in a space game. No one's ever done this before. And so I think it's again, like I said, Jade knows this all too well because she's known me for a real long time. That, like you said, Griff, I love this fucking project. Sorry, my language. I love this project. And I think everybody knows that I love this project. I've been here since day one. And yeah, it's it is that frustration that, you know, come on, we can get there, we're gonna get there, but it's taking so long, and it has that tiring effect. But I still love this project. I don't want anybody to. I've had some people start treating me like I'm a refundian because I've been upset the last couple months with the project, and I don't like that because I'm not. I'm not a refundian. I believe in this project. I'm just a little frustrated and a little tired and a little worn out. And I've still seen things that made me just, you know, absolutely, my jaw hit the floor when I saw what, you know, when I hopped into PTU 318, oh my God, the ship blew up and it stayed there. And it's there and it'll be there and I can salvage it now. That for people that haven't been with this project, you have no idea what it feels like to finally salvage the wreck of a ship that blew up. You have no idea what it feels like if you've been waiting on salvage for 6 years. So, sorry.
And repeat that when we get like base building and persistent apartments.
Yeah, I know, right?
labs. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Terra and Earth in the game finally.
You imagine that? You imagine? I think that's kind of what Griff is also getting at, right? Like the times as Star Citizen gamers were sitting here talking with each other, and we say what you just said, Fastcart, that, you know, and somebody goes, you know, can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's always that word, right? That phrase. Can you imagine? And then you look back at what SC has actually delivered in the times that we've said, can you imagine? And it came true. I think, like Griff said, that's where I'm at, is it's like, well, the track record is that it's come true, but it's taking longer, and I'm starting to get a little scared. Is that kind of what you were getting at, Griff?
I stepped away. There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a catch-22, right? The longer they work in development, the better they get their stuff. But it's also the more torture we have to go through, right? I mean, if you want the game to be freaking around 20 years, it's not going to get developed in 8-9 years. It's going to take time, but then there's a high price for that too. Like anything that's being birthed, right? Something that's being birthed is going to take something. And again, some of this is a lot of our subconscious of how we've been dealt with the gaming industry for years. You know, how many I'm frustrated now, and we've talked about this before. I know we want to move on fast card. I'm not going to make this long, but I still look at the AAA companies, what they've been producing the last 5 years. And these were the companies, like you mentioned, Skyrim. Skyrim's still being loved and played. But how long has it been since we've had a Skyrim? You know, something that actually changed the face of gaming and sticks around.
Skyrim just came out a few months ago.
Honor it and recognize it. Everything now lasts 2-3 months and you're on to the next freaking thing. And I guess I'm trying not to be cynical about it, but I got to go by what the evidence is of what Bethesda has produced, what EA has produced, what Sony has produced. These are big companies with millions and millions of dollars, and yet and still gamers, you know, part of it is the consumerism aspect of continuing to fire off our little brains to keep buying to make money. But where's the whole idea of creating that game that exists for gamers that is a legacy game? You know, and even the ones we've trusted for a long time, companies, I'm not picking on them at all, but I looked at how much people put into thinking that Cyberpunk was going to be the next great thing, and the disappointment was there. And that was from a company that we know puts out good stuff. And they still couldn't deliver a multiplayer world. And people look at Star Citizen and say, well, how come they haven't done it? Yeah, well, look at what Star Citizen is trying to do. You know, these other games are pretty. Look at Unreal Engine. I'm looking at the promise of Unreal Engine, but I'm also waiting to see the multi-scale, multiplayer, huge level that it can produce beyond a pretty game. So we all have these desires to want to see, it's not just Star Citizen, we want to see a lot of games do well, but Star Citizen for most of us is the closest thing that we think might possibly, maybe just possibly deliver what we really want to see, because we've been burned for years as gamers. I mean, in reality, we really have not, they've been lazy. Innovation in gaming has disappeared a long time ago, you know.
Go to the indie market.
And with that, I think that'll be the last word on this journey to 4.0 before we get to the next thing. So I'm not really sure what this thing is. I'm gonna click on the link and let it pop into the window. But yeah, so okay. This is Star Citizen RV Space Bus Multi-Crew 4+ ship test. Epic fail 30K you later. Okay, let me unmute this and let's take a look.
Well, here we are in the car wreck. Oh, I mean, you know, the Carrick. And got the upper gunner, secondary seat functioning, ready to go. Huh. Gunfire, right? Third seat. That's right. There are 3 seats in the main cockpit. It's kind of cold out, so I put the heater on instead of running the onboard heater. Oh no! No! Oh no! Well, I did have it running out here, but not every test flight goes well, you know. You gotta lose a few rockets before you can soar to the stars. I gotta play a little bit in between all this work. Anyway, update for you. We'll see you in the verse. Actually, we have a live event next Friday. The Tampa Citizen Expo. Or on Eventbrite for the Bar Citizen event. Tampa Bay Bar Citizen. Or just go to barcitizen.com and you'll see it on there. But the Tampa Bay Expo, that's on Facebook. So if you're in the area, come fly the ship. Hopefully we don't 30K. 30K you later.
All right.
Well,
That's interesting. So yeah, evidently that is a RV or a spacecraft bus, as they call it, but it's a four-person ship, quote unquote ship. So it looks pretty cool. What do people think? Yeah, let's free fall. So what do anyone think?
Eagle 5.
Eagle 5. What is that?
You know what that is?
Iron Eagle?
Nope.
What?
Spaceballs.
Oh. Okay.
That was spot on.
Yeah, they're missing Barf though. Barf is missing.
Dude, what did he have? He had at least what, 4 to 5 rigs in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5, 1, 2.
Yeah, because he's got a I don't know if you Infinity view on the first rig. He's got 2 gunner seats. Then he went to the 4th one. I don't know if he had another 5th one somewhere. Maybe I might have missed it in the video, but my goodness, I'm gonna look at it like this: all of those computer screens in there, as well as the computers themselves, it's got to be hot as hell in there, unless you got some.
Already have a good AC.
I'm in an RV, and I'm just kind of looking at, okay, the RV itself costs what? Well, it depends on which model.
It depends, yeah.
Let's say he went
if it's like a Prevost or something.
Right. Let's say he went with a simple one, and then that's $100,000
Mm-hmm.
for the RV itself, and then all the gear that's put in there. So somebody's a little dedicated. So
all I gotta say is my former EVE Online pirate mode kicked in, and I'm like, that's a target.
I was just thinking they don't need to show the exterior of that.
No, they don't.
If they want that to stay the way it is, don't show the exterior. That's all I gotta say.
I am curious, but yeah, probably better that they don't show it.
Don't dox it. Don't make sure it's constantly moving, because that's a lot, and I'm jealous.
If anyone want to take a look, I put the link in chat just now. But yeah, so
I saw this last week, and I held it because I was going to show it last week, and I held it a little bit. But if I'm not mistaken, Joe Run said that he's bringing that to that Bar Citizen this weekend.
Oh wow!
Just
Oh,
bringing it for the
okay.
people to
Yeah,
be
he
able to
said
come
that.
check it out.
Well,
But
he's
you know,
doxing himself.
I guess my point was I told Fastcart I put this in because they were doing the show on interiors, and I figured I'd show you guys a different type of interior. To think that
Oh,
someone
okay.
would spend that type of money to trick out an RV. Mind you, there's no beds or anything back there.
Right.
Yeah, right.
He's got a couch up there to sleep on. He forgoes the bed for Star Citizen, which blows my mind. But I just thought you guys might find it interesting that that's another way. Evidently, somebody who has some money and a lot of time
Correct.
to decide to put in a system like that
I mean,
for a mobile home. You know,
I mean, he could have built a bang stang, but instead he built like a single fighter or 4-person site. It's a Drake ship. That's what it is. It's a Drake ship. No bed, no amenities.
No, it look like there's a bath. There's at least a toilet and a
Hey.
sink in there. I look like in the middle section.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, he has a shower. He has a shower in there.
And all of that stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
I guess that couch in that midsection of the
Well, he has two
of the bus is
well,
good.
which
Well,
could
that
be
couch.
recliners.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll go backwards, because he could sleep in a recliner.
no, he's a couch up in there for him to go
It's
to
a
bed.
couch right there in that
Yeah,
in that
so
yeah,
the-
that
He goes to that middle
midsection.
section. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah, well, they
confused
have
about
RVs that
how
will
these two
expand.
gunners next to him will go use the computer. Unless these.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you see the
no, they all
share?
turn. They turn. Okay,
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, I get the feeling. I wonder if he actually built it just to be able to tour with this, because there's
Yeah.
not any real serious living. I mean, there's, like you said, there's the two recliners up there to watch
Right.
TV, but usually you've got kitchen, a whole bunch of other stuff. He's got some minor stuff on there, like that area right there. But I almost get the feeling like he designed this just to like take it around and travel around with it, and go to Bar Citizens and stuff. And I guarantee you, I bet you that sucker's going to be at CitizenCon. I bet he'll bring it to CitizenCon.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, that's cool, man. Have folks come touring through it. That's cool.
Well, actually,
More power
where
to him.
it looks. Okay, when he walks back to the back area, the orange piece. It looks like a couch that's sitting up way high. That looks like that's a bed that will fold.
Futon?
Yeah.
A futon type of
It looks
situation.
like a bed, like a futon. So to me, that's what it looks like. I've looked at a lot of RVs before, but yeah.
I hope so.
That's cool. He's
And he gutted it.
Thanks for finding this. Thanks for finding this.
Yeah.
List. Yeah. Oh, this reminds me of that. I want to say Vietnamese. I probably the wrong country, but this guy. I want
Thailand.
to say
Yeah, the
He's
guy
in
in
Thailand.
Mhm.
Yeah, this reminds me of that guy that it made a ship made a home look like an origin ship or something like that.
Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? That video was crazy.
Now, since he made his ship inside look like an origin ship, I'm curious: is it fireproof or fire resistant?
Fire resistant.
like an origin ship? I'm just curious.
With all those computers inside, I'm not sure. All right, so yeah, that is this week. Well, not machinima, but community content. Let's say that community content.
This is cool.
Yeah.
All right, so up next we have what's coming up this weekend. So Griffin told me that no Soul Voices this Saturday. So, but typically on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UTC, that we have Soul Voices. That's where we cover topics such as what you find on Spectrum, Reddit, or something going on in the industry. You can check our past Soul Voices. That was a pretty good episode, having caught up on that. But that is a part of PodSat, or what's known as Podcast Saturday, where we start off with Soul Voices, and we go on to the After Club, then we go on to Relay. So a whole day of Saturday podcast for discussing Star Citizen.
And I'll be on the People's Radio doing a special Coramor Love themed set tomorrow. So
What time?
check that out.
2100 UTC?
Yeah, 2100 UTC. Yep.
All right. Cool. That's People Radio. And then on Sunday, we'll be discussing Yo Speed Racer, February 12th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UTC. We'll talk about racing and Star Citizen. Looking for some people to help out with that. Hopefully we'll get some more people. This should be a fun show. Talk about discussing racing. So check us out on Sunday for that.
I'd love
I wanna
to.
think of, huh? What was that?
I'd love to talk racing in Star Citizen.
Cool. All right, we'll talk attack after the show.
We'll put you
But
down.
yes. So that is Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. Fitchface, Jade, Hotspace, Rain Cloud, Uriah Book, and Griffin Gaming RPG. Thanks everybody in chat for watching with us. If you want to become if you want to support this Soul Citizen, become a Soul Sister, Soulmate. Soul Citizen membership has the privileges, and click the join button down below on YouTube. Also, you can hit subscribe, or follow, depending on what platform you are. Make sure if you want, also another way to support us to become a Patreon. We have a Patreon. The link should be down below. I hope somewhere. You can also buy merchandise. We sell t-shirt, mug, caps, what have you. And if you want to follow us on social media with Soul Citizens, we're something everywhere. So I think that's it. We are going to be rating Calamitous Intent. Make sure you send them my love, to tell them where you came from. And with that, peace, love, and soul. Take care, everybody. Oh no, they're not live. I'm still live, Griffin. Find someone else to raid.
Yeah, sorry about that. He hung up. He was live.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still live. You want to find someone else to raid?
Yeah, I can. Hang on.
Do that. Okay. Hold on, everybody. We're looking for someone else to raid.
I'm going to go over to Paul, okay?
Okay. Yeah, we're going to go over to Paul. Tell him you came from Soul Citizens. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to